Let's see who we are doing next. Okay, Sagittarius or Leo. We'll do Sagittarius since it literally came out. Because the sun, that's the planet for Leo. But we're going to do Sagittarius. All right. What does Sagittarius need to know? We are one. What does Sagittarius need to know? Na, 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 we are one. Sagittarius, you might need to be focused on unity at this time. We are one. First of all, if you kind of from the South or know about basketball, We Are One was a clothing line. It was an athletic clothing line. But I don't know if they were outside of the South or where I'm at. But also, We Are One is that song. We are one. Alright, what does Sagittarius need to know at this time? What does Sagittarius need to know at this time? Sagittarius. Okay, there's an opportunity coming in here. Jupiter expansion. Oh, that's your planet. Alright. So what you need to know, what's coming in, Sagittarius, is that there are new opportunities for you. Or to be in the energy of being more welcoming, to collaborate with somebody, to work with somebody. That working, I'm getting something, this could be like conflict resolution or something, assisting, bringing the synergy, bringing the balance back into things. That is where things expand. Okay, that's where things expand. I just love the design on this. I'm not taking this card, but somebody could really like coffee or watching sunsets. Coffee could be significant. All right, Sagittarius. There's an opportunity. Know that there's an opportunity that is coming toward you to expand. Courage. Okay, so have the courage. Be in the energy of courage. I feel like you're going to do something that you've never done before. Go somewhere that you've never gone before. Do something you've never done. And this is a part of the journey. Uh-oh. This is a part of the journey. The journey. We are one. Sagittarius, what do they need to know right now? Have the courage to expand. Normally, Sagittarius don't have that problem, but awaken. Strength. Have the strength to awaken. So no. Strength and courage is here. Sagittarius, you have to have the strength and the courage to expand. It's time. I don't know. But you know what? I do think sometimes Sagittarius, depending on their placements, they can go in and out of the energy like depression or in and out of the energy of feeling kind of like moody. But they won't really show it, you know. Right now, it's time to get active, Sagittarius. It's time to have that courage, to have that faith. Potential. Independence. Now, normally, Sagittarius don't have a problem with independence, but something is here. Something is here. Feelings is at the bottom of the deck. Feelings. Patsy Mink. Let's see. This is my her deck, messages from her. Love this. This reminds me of a little bitty poetry book, you know, just so cute. But they put a lot of quality into this to say that this is a book for a deck. Like having this hard binding is kind of on the rare side. Most times they look like this, like papery. Somebody may be doing something with a book. Because why did I just do that? Why did I go so deep in that? 84 can be significant. The number 8 could be significant. The number 4 could be significant. Somebody need to watch their knees. Your independence and free thinking are the keys to your success. You will have given too much power away. Well, no, we have given too much power away to the noise, information sources, and opinions of others. Dig into details before you believe something. Prioritize your autonomy on everything. Okay, this is so Aquarius. Stand on your own 2 feet. Create financial independence. Take time to check in with yourself on what really matters to you. Today, this week, this month, and in this lifetime. You can be fully independent and easily have relationships with others when you take the time to be true to yourself first. Absolutely. Now, I was picking that up in the Sagittarius collective but it's very weird. That's why I always say take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because there's a lot of Sagittarius who are like super independent. They're not really apt to be into relationships. They're following their passions. They're doing their things. They're traveling nonstop. Hold on, I'm about to grab my almonds right quick. They traveling nonstop. They're doing their thing. They're independent. Then you have some, like my grandmother. I'm gonna be honest. My grandmother was a Sagittarius, and she was a stay-at-home mom basically all her life. Very spiritual. There's a side of the Sagittarius collective that are very prayerful, very spiritual people, very devout to whatever it is that they believe in. But sometimes Sagittarius will kind of meld into their relationships, you know. And then that becomes an independence problem. So watch what you're taking in. Be in the energy of free thinking for yourself, doing for yourself. Okay, your life will expand once you have the courage to awaken and step into the opportunities that are coming before you. Okay, people are trying to assist. People want to collaborate. People want to synergize. So get into it, okay? With the Pluto transformation card here, and with the 11th house, something could happen around your friend groups. There could have been a big change in your friend groups. There could have been a big change with like social media, online. Some of y'all need to get off of that shit. I'm gonna say, well, it just depends, okay? Because I'm seeing some of you, there could be information that helps you and in a sense of renewal and sparking you and is positive. And is getting you back to your personal power. Sorry, y'all. 2 more almonds and I'm putting them up. Okay. The other thing connected to this card is education. Education equals opportunity. 2 cards with opportunity here. That's why Patsy Mink works so hard to transform school funding. Learn something new. Add a new tool in your toolbox. Open your opportunities through building your education. Some of y'all may want to go back to school. But Jupiter being the planet that represents education, this is also talks about higher learning. Okay, so protect and shelter. Let in only those you trust. So watch your friend group. Imagine a place where your heart feels at home. Love that. Cause baby, that's all we doing. That's all we doing. All of us, we seeking home. Okay. I don't know why I just got knocking down doors. I don't know what that's about. We seeking home, but maybe that's like the vibe of like, or like kicking down doors, knocking down doors, something like that. It's like a vibe of like, I'm gonna keep busting through these doors until I find the one that's for me. Or there can also be a play on like, if you gotta bust down the door, is it yours anyway? Like, you know what I mean? But then it could also be the energy of like, sometimes you have to have the courage to bust down the door. Like, it could be just a many of things, you know. But it's something about doors, and it's not coming through like doors. It's coming through like from the south, knocking doors down. You know what I'm saying? Like kick down the door, kick in the door, something like that. How about the door? Mistaken identity. Home again. We just searching for home, Sag. That's it. We just searching for home. Your opportunity is coming. But I'm getting there's a little bit of an energy here about like home, foundation, relationships. What feels like home. And then understanding, you know, breaking down trauma and things of that nature. Because sometimes the things that feel like home is not, it's our trauma, it's not love or whatever. Reflection. Paradox. Okay. There was something. So mistaken identity. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Sagittarius, this is too much. Now this is what we about to get down to it. We about to get down to the nitty gritty. Okay, Sagittarius, you feel like people got you bent. Like you don't really know who I am. There's a little bit of Aquarius energy here. Aquarius, we don't mind the mystique. We don't mind being misunderstood. You know, we don't mind all that. Sometimes we don't fully communicate, like how artists, they put their painting out there and they just leave it alone. They don't stand there. I mean, some do it like art talks, but 9 times out of 10, they're not going to sit there and tell you everything that they were going through and all this stuff. Some of you may have a knack. Some of you make an art. Some of you can paint. Because as I was saying that last week, I was at a place that is within the United States, has the most, did they say, no, it wasn't Renaissance paintings. It was something else. I can't remember what exactly she said. But it was a place that was not a museum that had artwork and paintings from actual artists. But it was outside of the museum. Like it was like a private collection. It's one of the biggest private collections of artwork in the United States in the type of building that I was in. And I stopped off and I talked to one of the artists who was in-house. And as I was saying that, her artworks popped up on the wall while I was standing there. So some of y'all are artistically inclined, and you have to have the courage to put this thing out. Okay? I think whatever it is that you're doing, you're trying to protect it or shelter it or whatever. But I'm also getting this vibe of mistaken energy. I mean, mistaken identity, that like you feel like people don't understand you. You feel like, oh, well, if you knew this about me, you would like me. Like people, they don't understand. There's a disconnect. So the only way that you can fix that disconnect is through communication. My Sagittarius are looking for home. They are dreaming about home. They are dreaming about peace. They are dreaming about love. But what I want to ask you is, are you being peace? Are you being love? What are you being, right? And how is that in alignment with who you really are and how you're showing up? And then how is that translating to what other people think of you, right? But as an Aquarius, I don't promote the energy of caring what people think about you. You know? It is what it is. Because I do see that there is some sort of reflection. Somebody needs to reflect on their independence. Are you in codependent dynamics? If you are, why are you in codependent dynamics? You know what I mean? Can you think on your own? If you can't, why? You know, like... Sublimation. That's what I'm saying. The uncreated. There's like things that you want to do that you haven't done. I don't know. It gives a little bit of an identity thing. Because this card is about, yes, it's time to elevate. Elevation, rising, flights, okay? It's time to go up a few levels. So it says, rise up, and away. All right. Gaining a greater perspective. Birds in flight, mountain peaks, ladders, and balloons are all connected to these images. As with all the operations. Okay. It says, through ascension, there is a risk of separating from others, of sensing oneself higher or above. This risk is particularly great in spiritual traditions that offer a linear model of achievement. The divine alchemist rises humbly and supports the upliftment of others. Always in touch with the cycle of humanity. Service is the natural balancing agent for sublimation. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It may be the next rung on your ladder. Hike up a mountain. Gaze out of an airplane window. Okay. Write or draw. And I had talked about that. Disassociation is an example. Reconnect with the feelings you'd rather avoid. Be with them rather than rising above them. Okay. Yeah, there's something to do. With Mercury and the uncreated, there's something to do. There's something to create. There's something to birth. Okay. So rising above all of this. Okay, rising above all of this, being grounded as well, helping others. Eternal dance, movement, will of life, path of least resistance. Yeah, the path of least resistance for sure. Movement though. Dancing. Start dancing more. Start moving more. I'm getting like needing to light the flame, like needing to exercise, needing to move. And don't ever be in this energy of feeling like you're higher than somebody or somebody is higher than you or whatever. And manifest the home. It says a place where your heart feels at home. Imagine it. Imagine that place. Oh, this is funny though. Because this artist, she actually created an artwork that looks like that. But it's like everything is melding together, okay? And that's what she's doing, right? So there's something about... Your soul is composed of the same dots as the universe. Distinguish yourself from your mirror image. Show them your hallucinations. Yeah, something is like... Distinguish yourself from your mirror image. You know, it says mistaken identity. Who am I? Like, I think there's a vibe here of like, there's this between who we are and who we really are. Like what we say we're going to do and who we actually are. There's something here, Sagittarius. There's something here. Yeah, you're needing to take opportunities to expand. And you need to take action towards things. There's something about identity. Even with the sublimation card. Am I saying that? Because this to me is the root word sublime. And when something is sublime, it's like all encompassing, like so beautiful. So someone has to like with independence here, like somebody's thinking, like how they think of themselves. Like there's something about you need to distinguish yourself. Whether if it's from a mirror image or an image that somebody is painting of you, or what YouTube is telling you, or what Instagram is telling you, or social media, or whatever. You need to know that you are a part of the universe, and you can make that it can work with you and stretch with you, and that you're not outside of that. Okay. Yin and yang, creating harmony through balance. That's what I'm saying. Something needs to come into balance. Something needs to come into balance, and how doing that fire, purification. The naked truth, being whole, be like really knowing who you are, you know. There's this vibe. What I'm picking up is like, okay, this is somebody who's like, oh yeah, I'm an athlete. Like, I'm an athlete, right? It's like, okay, when's the last time you worked out? Because athletes are like insane. I hate to say that, but in order to be a high performing athlete, you are insane. Even Usain Bolt said that. He said that running hurts. Like it puts his body through excruciating pain. So it's like a person who's walking around saying like, oh, you know, I'm an athlete, and they're like, I hate to say it, but out of whack, out of shape, haven't worked out, isn't on any type of team. And so it's like, huh? Or like a YouTuber with no YouTube. You know what I mean? Or like something isn't, like you got to put the action, fire. You got to put the action behind things. You can't be like, oh, I feel like this. And then like, you're not doing that. You know what I mean? Deep knowing. Use your intuition. Peace. Deep knowing. Peace. And that could also be like having a deep knowing of self, having peace. And I'm actually going to use these. This is my shadow deck. I think deep knowing, you know what you need to give yourself peace, okay? Because you have chaos and conflict. Chaos and conflict, and then peace came out. I think there's a deep knowing of like knowing what you need to do, or knowing that this is something that needs to be reflected on, or knowing that this is something that you have to work on. It says dazed. Enough time has been spent wandering around in a listless daze. Even if you're unsure the direction you're heading, just start by doing something. Anguish. Simply knowing there is an end to this feeling of sorrow is the very beginning of your healing process. Yeah. I feel like Sagittarius is something, there could be like an emotional thing, an imbalance here with yin and yang. There's an imbalance of taking action and resting. Irritation. There comes a time when standing up and being counted may not necessarily resolve the issue, but it sure feels good when you're finally heard. Paralyzed. Not being able to move forward can overwhelm and create a sense of fear, but standing still can be just as frightening. At least moving forward can create change. Yeah, it's time to move forward. It's time to move forward on something. Protection and stillness. It seems like stillness brings somebody a sense of protection, but that needs to work through. That needs to be worked through. It's time to take action and move. Waiting. This is too much waiting. Waiting on protection. Waiting to be saved. Waiting with protect and shelter. Waiting. And then it says regret. Openness, expansion, opportunity. Go after the opportunities that are in front of you. Focus on your independence. Okay? Eternal dance, movement. Somebody is like not, they can't see themselves from something. I don't really like this mistaken identity energy. It's like something isn't getting roped into someone else's drama in the wrong place at the wrong time. A twin, evil, or otherwise a double. Okay. You've got the wrong person. An unfortunate coincidence. Confusion. Trust misapplied. Switching places. Let me see. But I'm still getting like, it's a trap. Storm. Forgiveness. Somebody wants forgiveness for doing something. Celebration, bright idea. Again, dream, all according to plan. This just gives me something that is just absolutely rescue. I don't know. Don't know. That's giving a lot, okay? Like untrustworthy energy. Okay, but this is what I have, okay? Where is this? Okay, here we go. That's what I have. Yeah, it's just about days confused, like needing to get into the independence and doing whatever it is that you need to expand. So what's coming in for you, Sagittarius, is new opportunities of expansion. Now, it's up to you if you want to take advantage of those or not. Send you love and light. Peace.